Developing news this evening as we come on the air. The State Office of Special Prosecution says no criminal charges will be filed against two police officers who fired their guns on June 1st. Now, this was the second of 5 APD officer-involved shootings that have happened during a 2-month period starting back in May. And during this shooting, the suspect in the murder of Diego Joe, named Caleb Bortokowski, was shot. Police say Bortokowski shooting Joe led to officers Jordan Barrick and Parker Boydston eventually firing their weapons. In a letter dated July 9th to Chief Sean Case, the state also says the two officers had body cameras, but says one of their cameras had lower quality video and no audio was recorded. Now, that developing news comes one day after Anchorage Assembly members made a body camera decision after confirming Sean Case as the new police chief. The chief is pledging to change officer body camera video policy soon and release it to the public within 45 days. But Johnson Kuhn tells us this evening the state's top prosecutor has a different position on this. Johnson?
Mike, with Anchorage's 5 officer-involved shootings during the last 2 months, and now Juneau's officer and trooper-involved shooting this week, the Attorney General and his staff say they felt compelled to put their law enforcement body camera position on the record, saying that it should not be released until investigations end.
Given that we've had 9 officer-involved shootings so far this year, I thought it was important that we make sure that you and the media and Alaskans in general have an accurate understanding of the process that's followed when a shooting occurs.
That was the history Attorney General Treg Taylor revisited, as he had the state's lead criminal prosecutor, John Skidmore, talk about the Department of Law's position on evidence, including saying releasing things like law enforcement body camera footage before an investigation's complete is a constitutional violation, and family exceptions should only be made if law enforcement still has possession of the video.
Allowing someone to view it is different than giving them the footage itself. But if your question to me is, do I ever think there should be an exception of releasing footage to the public prior to a charging decision? The answer is no.
That statement comes one day after Anchorage Assembly members voted to put their body camera position on the record with a resolution, urging Anchorage police to release video to the public within 30 days. It's similar to the 45 days newly confirmed Police Chief Sean Case says will likely be put into policy on Friday after a legal review. Different from the state position, Case previously told Alaska's news source how he came up with the proposal.
Around the country, we've seen legislation in various different states that actually require more information to be put forward with the public. We see a lot of body-worn camera policies that exist because state laws require the police departments to release in a certain period of time.
But Deputy Attorney General Skidmore says it does not matter what's happening around the country. He says releasing video before an investigation's over is a bad idea.
These are laws for the state of Alaska. I cannot tell you what every law says in the other 49 states. I often get those sorts of questions when I talk to the legislature. I do not know the laws of all the other 49 states.
Now, Skidmore says he is aware of Anchorage's plan to not only release body-worn camera footage within 45 days, but also the chief's proposal to allow families to request viewing video within 14 days. He believes Anchorage leaders are capable of making their own decision, but says they're ultimately responsible for the consequences. Johnson Kuhn, Alaska's news source.